There's a poem that is very relevant, Accidents That Happen in Detention, Chris Van Wyck. In this poem, Van Wyck speaks about the accidents that happen to people in police custody during apartheid in South Africa, but I think it applies all over the world where these things happen. The further into the poem you read, the more ridiculous the excuses the authority uses on how these accidents happen. IRC The Iranians did the same thing, renamed Winston Churchill Street, the address of the British Embassy, to Bobby Sands Street. The embassy had to change its address to an I'm not yelling I'm South African that's how we talk flag shirt side street to avoid their colonial embarrassment. I'm not yelling I'm South African that's how we talk flag shirt. Tank top, V-neck. Ladies' tee for men and women. Tank top, V-neck. Chiang Kai-shek was a dictator. Was a military dictator. The country experienced a series of coups through 1965. Mao's problem wasn't that he was any more brutal than Chiang. It was that he was extremely incompetent. Right-wing anti-communists like to cite Mao as murdering 30 to 60 million Chinese citizens. Likewise, Mao originally devised the Cultural Revolution as a coup to take power back from senior party officials, but devolved into massive anarchy with Red Guards waging an I'm not yelling I'm South African that's how we talk flag shirt de facto civil war with the party establishment, ideological enemies, and often other Red Guard groups. That wasn't a humanitarian thing. That was DCS mayor sticking it to Donald Trump. She has been relatively anti-BLM and has not done much of anything to prevent police brutality. This is the governmental equivalent of posting a black square on social media. Official I'm not yelling I'm South African that's how we talk flag sweatshirt. Hoodie. Sweatshirt. Hoodie. St. George is also the I'm not yelling I'm South African that's how we talk flag shirt patron. At the time the English, led by Margaret Thatcher, supported South African apartheid and was one of the last governments in the world to do so. Glasgow was controlled by the local government whom Margaret Thatcher had, along with all local government, stripped of most of its powers in order to make her role more powerful as part of her general anti-democratic reforms. The Brits have a long history of this kind of thing. But they haven't always used it for good. The building they allocated to the Irish embassy for their passport and visa office was on Cromwell Road. The name of Oliver Cromwell is still a curse word in Ireland after he invaded and brutalized the country in the 17th century. It wouldn't just be a pain in the ass for Trump. Other products.